Hey, this is Phoenix back again with another DC related video, but today is special because this is one of my first reviews on the channel, and it is Wonder Woman #1 by Tom King and Daniel Sampere. To set the record straight, I don't know. No, I do know actually. I don't know. I've never read an actual Wonder Woman book, which is really weird because reading DC Comics for the last 5 something years straight, like going back and reading everything. I've read everything in regards to all these characters, but I don't know if I read her solo series. I'm pretty certain I haven't, which makes this #1 interesting to start off with. And if this is your first as well, Wonder Woman book, it is. I don't know what your guys are thinking, but I'm assuming most people reading this are a Tom King fan first. I can just assume. Because based on the context and the absolute insanity that goes on in this book, in a good way. I just mean insane because, well, as I go through it, Um, but as you might know, I am a big Tom King fan for the most part. I read most things. Um, I am behind on certain books, but I do have them physically. Let's see here. I'm just skimming through the pages as I talk about it. Let's just get right into it. I mean, yeah, no, #1 legacy number 801. 800 was an interesting issue. Had all sorts of stuff. Had a 8-page thing of Diana's daughter, Trinity. Forget her full name. And it's like 20 years in the future. And that storyline will work in tandem with this one. It'll be like a back and forth. Like half of it will be, but in this book. But this #1 has nothing to do with that storyline yet. Right now, it has all to do with the current storyline, which is it's literally just Amazon attacks in a different way. If you remember Amazon Attacks, which came out in 2007, it's literally what the title is, except not a lot of the nonsense and shenanigans of other Wonder Woman villains and stuff like that. But the premise of this is that a rogue Amazonian. You let me know what they go by. I mean, I think it says it in here, but rogue Amazon warrior, named Emily, who has like blonde hair, and I thought it was like the way Daniel Sampere draws it. Is the first time I'm like looking at these characters and their hair. I'm like, God damn, it's beautiful. But she reminded me of like um one of the other Wonder Womans that well, the other ones that became Wonder Woman who had blonde hair in the '90s. Except it's not. It's just a rogue one, and the government is. It's all. It's not even metaphors. It's like analogies for today's world. How there's for the idea of immigrants, illegal immigrants, all that stuff, and they look at the Amazons the same way in this fictional world of DC, which I guess makes sense because they come from like they do immigrate here because they are from an island far away, wherever Themyscira is, and they're on here like with visas and stuff like that. And but ever since this person killed like ten guys in a bar, left the two women, the news looks at it as like a murder of men. Like men are gonna all die out. Like all these people are worried, and so the government brings in Sergeant Steele, which is a character from the past. I believe he was in Amazon Attacks. He was retconned to be in that. I haven't read fully Amazon Attacks. It's not that good. Let's see here. And just like every other Tom King book, get ready for those 9-page, nine panel grids because that's just this book. But I will say the art, like, is it like if you liked Dark Crisis artwork? I mean, it's the same guy, so it really works for this book. Let's see here. Just trying to remind myself. I read it last night. Yeah, this book gets intense really quickly because the government brings in Sergeant Steele. He brings in his squad of people who are Axe, I believe they're called. It says it here somewhere. Let me look it up. Let's see. Let's see. Where does it say it? Amazon extradition entity or extradition. extradition, yeah, entity acts. They come in, they tell these Amazon people to leave, and if they don't, I guess they can just shoot on sight. I mean, it seems pretty illegal, but if that's how Tom King wants to view the government. But they're evil people, and they shoot the one, this warrior on sight in front of her house, with her, I guess, her wife and her adopted daughter, and the adopted daughter sees it. It's a bloody mess, and then it tells you later on like how, Sergeant Steele and his people have killed over like 300 Amazonian warriors already, which is just insane. Um, as you could tell already, based on how much I've been talking about it, Wonder Woman barely in this issue, but not in a bad way. I mean, for a number one, maybe I don't know yet till we, till the future of this book. But for right now, she comes in like halfway, not even more than halfway. Um, at the tombstone of some of these warriors, they try to kill her. They realize they can't because she's freaking Wonder Woman, and the narrator is talking like in like from the future into the past, saying like because the first context, let's see, the first thing it says in this book is this is the story of how she defeated us, and that is talking about the Sovereign, who is this king of America, like this secretly, I guess it's secret because no one really knows about it, but it's like this idea like there is this person behind, like this one individual, um which is separate from like the idea of Court of Owls, because Tom King said on a live stream yesterday, which would have been the 27th of September, on Word Balloon, please watch that channel, that he did not take the sovereign idea, this king, the secret king of America, is not from like a Court of Owls spinoff, um, which is okay. I mean, like that would be cool though. Like that's my head came from that point of view, but his inspiration was from Neil Gaiman, because an issue of Sandman had the this king of America, this guy who thought he was the king of America in this dream world, I believe. Um, that's separate, but read Sandman. That's pretty good. So like that's context for like the inspiration of this new villain. But this new villain is very separate because Sovereign has this lasso of lies, which I guess makes sense because I don't remember if we ever seen that before, but if we did, let me know. And how the person who originally made these lassos, of course, is the one of the truth, and then of course is the one of lies. There's always two there. There's always two. But I like it. I mean, it's a cool premise. It's funny. I will say the king thing is just funny because like some people have said, I've seen online. It's like you have this very dark, not even undertone, just the tone of the book of crazy shenanigans that are serious, and then you have this king who's just sitting there all fat and just with his lasso of lies. um, and it's a very like, I guess you can, of course, Wonder Woman women empowerment because of you know Sergeant Steele. He can't defeat Wonder Woman. She crushes his metal hand, and tells him like don't say like those horrible words for women and all that crap, and it makes sense. Some people I see online are taking it as like like men are evil, some BS like that. It's like it's a Wonder Woman book. It's just a point of view. It's like, geez, like I'll say this right off the bat before I even continue this for my first true Wonder Woman book as a number one. It might be my favorite number one in a long time, especially for the Dawn of DC era. Uh, I would say definitely read this book. It is surprisingly, I think, well written. I mean, it's hard to tell lately. Like, I know some people analyze these books too much, but it's a comic. I mean, I don't sit here for 80 hours and look every panel, and it's not my type of way of reading. Because where's the fun in that? I mean, there could be fun in like understanding the point of view and seeing like how like the creator got to this and that, but it's a Wonder Woman book number one overall. I mean, I love what the series will entail. Based on solicitations, there will be an Amazon Attacks. Another one. It's just called Amazon Attacks. It's not necessarily a sequel. It's just using the same, you know, naming scheme of that event because, you know, you could already tell because the Amazons are forced out of America. They're exiled out. You know, like they can't come. No more sovereignty. There's no more asylum. There's no there's no more visas. And I forgot that Nubia is the king of the Amazon. I mean, sorry, king. The queen. Um, which didn't realize because after all, like I said, I haven't been keeping up Wonder Woman stuff. The last Wonder Woman related stuff I really got into was Future State because it had Nubia and Wonder Girl, the Spanish one. Uh, but yeah, I overall I dig it, and like the title says, it's one you can't miss. You know, this is by far one of the best number ones, one of the best Wonder Woman stories I've read in a while. So yeah, please pick it up, and I can't wait for the next one. And thank you. See you guys.